Good night. Good night, guys. How are y'all doing?
How you doing tonight?
As usual, we have to come on here a little bit early, even though we start at 7:30, just to give people time to, join and stuff. Khadija will be joining us soon. So in the meantime, just invite somebody. Tell them to join the live. Right.
Good night, y'all. Good night, guys. I'm glad y'all are doing okay on this fine and lovely Sunday night.
Finally Sunday night.
It's on Sunday night. Fine and lovely.
Hey, guys. Hey, Beverly. How are you? Sweet boy 24, good night. Good night, good night. ZB Mama Lag, I love this girl. Let's see. I mean, you love? I love you too if I mean you tag, yeah? Hey, honey. We okay. Okay. Good. Good night, Miss Vern. Good night, Kareen. How are you doing, honey? All right, just waiting on a couple more people to join.
Oh, yeah.
Good night, Marvia.
Everybody checking in. Just go and share the live. Like the live. Share it to your friends, your family. We appreciate y'all for coming in on another Sunday night. Again, we love and appreciate you. Come spend the night with us. Spend some time. Chilling with days with the maze. Fix up your lash, my wife. Yeah. Now we can drop off early out.
I cannot deal with no lash tonight.
Yeah, she off it. We can't make while it live, the lash just fly off and thing. Lash courtesy of who?
High Key Beauty.
High Key Beauty. What's the line you're wearing?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
That's
don't be shy. You hear that, Kadesha? Don't be shy.
See, she was talking about the guest, but she said she love me too. Whatever.
Two don't count.
Wait, I'm not seeing Khadija. People only give me 1 second. Oh, see her
She's
here.
coming up.
Hi.
Hi, Khadija.
So I'm not hearing you.
She's not here. So all the talk, we did not talk, nobody never hear me.
You guys hearing me okay?
Oh, I think there's something wrong with your... Say something again. Are you hearing?
Say something again.
Khadija, you can't hear us?
No.
Something's wrong.
Remember you said you might have to remove yourself.
Give us a little moment.
One back from my speaker.
Try it. There's something now, Khadija. Turn the lights off. Guys, can you hear us?
If you no. Hearing a very bad feedback, like.
That's weird. Because I'm not getting a feedback right now. Hold on. Oh, they said they're hearing both of us. Khadija, you sure you're not hearing me?
No, you're not sure?
When you see move.
Alright, I'm going to go low. Hold on. They said they're hearing both. They can hear both clearly.
So everyone can hear us clearly, but
Khadija isn't hearing us.
He said he's hearing both of us clearly, but I'm not hearing them.
All right, so here we can go. Let me text her.
What if she use her phone? Oh, exit? Oh, something like that.
Khadija, if you can't hear us, maybe try exiting and come back again to see if that'll work.
May I hear you now?
Oh, as you say, exit.
You understand that?
She's not nervous. She's nervous enough, people. She's
That's the
nervous
key word.
enough.
That's the key word.
All right. Good night, guys. Good night.
No.
Good night. Good night.
Are you guys seeing me okay?
Yes, we are
Yeah,
seeing your
man.
beautiful face.
Your lighting turn right up. Right up, up, up.
All the way. All the way. Up this.
All right, so guys, remember to invite somebody, okay? Or invite someone to join tonight. And okay, we're gonna start.
Normally, I'm the one over that side in the comment and thing, but boy.
That is true.
Yeah, no, you're jumping in the game. You're not on the bench tonight.
All right, cool.
People, tonight we're gonna talk about childhood trauma. Now, childhood trauma, people, it's like any single event or multiple events that may have happened during someone's childhood that has the potential to affect them physically, mentally, emotionally, all type of alleys. And with that, like you can look at trauma in different lights. Like there is physical abuse, there is sexual abuse, there is even verbal abuse, and you can look at it broadly to include like a car accident or someone witnessing the death of their parents or one of their parents. That's traumatic. So tonight we have a special guest. I'm not at liberty to even disclose or talk about her story. So she's going to be the one to tell her story. And we're delighted to have you tonight, Kadesha. So everyone, join us in welcoming Kadesha Townsend. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
And guys, make sure you're liking the live as you come in. To like the live, all you have to do is click the X to come out of the comment section, and then press the like button.
Then like.
Right, and then once you press the like button, you can click on the live. What's it? The live chat, right, Khadija?
Yeah, to go back into the chat. Yeah.
So like the live, guys. Share the link. Invite somebody. Tell them to join. Because over there is the maze that go on with a bag of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start off, and as usual, you know how we start. We basically start by having our guests, like tell us a little bit about herself.
Yeah, for those who don't know, now it's the now you're gonna know about Kadesha. Like, who is Kadesha?
Hi everyone. Good night. My name is Kadesha Townsend. I am 25 years old. I am a counselor in the mental health field. I was born and raised in Mount Charles, Mavis Bank. For those who don't know, St. Andrew, Jamaica. I was raised by a single mother, Maxine Anderson. She raised 4 of us without a father. Well, 3 of us without a father. And I love some of the things that I love. I love kids. Love kids. My nieces and nephews are my everything. I love music. I am a people person, and I love to help. So that's a little bit about who I am as an individual.
All right, that's good. So you ready now? You ready?
As ready as I can.
So guys, basically how tonight's gonna set up, we'll have some questions that as we asked the first question already, but we have some questions that we're going to ask. And then with asking the questions, at the end, you guys can, at the end we'll say what you guys can do. But for right now, we're gonna ask some questions. If you guys have any questions, you can always drop it in the comment section. I'm monitoring the comment section, so we'll get to your question. So feel free to ask your question. Feel free to share the link to invite somebody to join as well, okay? All right, so we're going to start.
So you go first?
You go first.
So Kadesha, can you tell us about what your childhood was like? I know you mentioned growing up in Mavis Bank. No, at Mount Charles, you said don't.
Mount Charles.
No, it's because we consider Mavis Bank town and Mount Charles country.
Charles is different, okay?
Okay. So
from Mavis Bank people.
So tell us about what your childhood was like growing up in Mount Charles.
Okay, so growing up in Mount Charles, my childhood was pretty simple, nothing extravagant, of course. So I grew up in a family setting where my siblings were present, cousins, grand aunt, you know. Um, I started school pretty early, very early. So I started the Mount Charles Basic School around two, almost two, some, yeah. And then I went to Miracle Kindergarten, the Adventist Basic School. Um, I grew up in church. I grew up in the Seventh Day Adventist Church. Okay. Um, People, I'm nervous. Okay, I am nervous. Let me
Yeah.
say that, and we can all establish that. Um, so I grew up with my mom, my brother Damali, my sister who was like always the mother, because of course she's the eldest one. So when mommy wasn't there, she was the one who took care of us, took care of the household, and played the mommy role. Um, I had a fun childhood to some extent. I wasn't the child that used to go outside and love playing at the dirt and the country setting, and you grow up a
Yeah.
country
Mhm.
outside time tree. That I used to love staying in the house, watching TV, and of course me and my little cousin Nicolette were always up to something. So it was like that. I went to primary school in Garden Town, Grove Primary, so I had to travel back and forth as a child, you know. As a youngins, you have to take the bus, go popping, and
Yeah, for real.
so I used to hate that because I used to have to wake up so early. So I
Early, yeah.
hated that. Hate that. High school, I went to Mavis Bank High School for 5 years. 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. Um, yeah, so my childhood was just, it was pretty simple as to some extent.
All right. Fair
Okay.
enough. Fair enough.
And shout out to Mavis Bank High School. I see a
Yes,
teacher somewhere in the comments. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure I see a teacher
Miss,
somewhere in the comments.
Miss Davis, right?
Yeah. And I know they are proud of you right now.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right, Chrissy?
Yes, and I'm proud of you too, Khadija. Very proud of you. Um, so guys, what we're going to discuss, as I said, you guys can drop some questions in the comment section. It's a pretty sensitive topic, but we're gonna go through it. We're gonna ask the questions because the purpose of doing this live is just to really, try to. Khadijah's gonna share her story. We're trying to motivate and encourage somebody that goes through that
Yeah.
went through the same thing or who is going through the same thing and they're not sure about how to really deal with it. Because us as women, we really go through a lot of trauma in life,
And men.
and yes, I'm
And
meant
just a
to.
left you out so to man no go through it.
I'm meant to. We really
And
do, but
for trouble.
right, exactly. So this is like an avenue for us to, just talk about certain things. And Khadijah's gonna share her story with us. And yeah, all right. So the second question is, what was the best slash worst thing about your childhood?
Um, the best thing about my childhood, I would say, is having siblings around. So I didn't grow up by myself. So that was the best thing for me. Having someone my age group, like my cousin Nikki, my cousin Sharika,
Mhm.
you know, having someone around at some point in time. So I would say that was one of the best thing um of my childhood. One of the best, yeah. Worst, when I had to deal with trauma. So the moment that began, that was like, yeah, one of the worst things that I had to deal with or deal with as a child.
Okay. All right. All right. And people, remember, when you can ask questions. Don't be shy. Let my lash. Don't be shy. right, guys, you can ask questions in the comment section as well if you have any, okay?
Yeah,
All
and
right.
remember the phone number. Oh, drop the phone number.
At the end, I'll drop the phone number.
Yeah.
All right.
For now, drop the questions in the
Comment
comments.
section.
So tell us, question number 3. Did a parent or any other adult ever hurt or punish you in a way that left a bruise, cut, scratches,
Um,
or even made you bleed?
okay. No, All right. So I didn't get a lot of beating as a child. Cause listen,
While.
no, no, no. The rough up was enough. Like
Yeah.
the rough up was enough. And when my mother talk and say, you
You
know,
know what you do.
hello.
I hate
And
that.
when Shania say, look here, man, say, first thing first, I didn't even want my sister to talk. So yeah, I didn't get a lot of I mean as a child. I remember at one time I get one prepper beaten. My aunt swell up, cause say Jamaican parents, they know how that go.
Yeah.
So that story was I was scared of puppies, right? So we had a puppy in the yard and there was a pen and my mother said, look through her window and she said, Kadesha, be cool man. I'm gonna put in the puppy in the pen. I walk around the house the whole evening because fright if we take up the puppy. And my cousin wasn't home, I could have called and say, Nikki, take it up and put it in a pen for me. So no. So yeah, me get a proper beating that evening. They will leave a couple swelling, but it wasn't no detrimental beating.
Yeah.
It wasn't like but yeah, that as much as bruises and adult, yeah, you get couple slap up as a pitney. That was it.
Yeah, for real. And a lot of us can testify against, like, as it relates to getting some nice beating and,
It,
Me get beaten too when we young.
but a beating, yeah, she beat you one time and then like that serve for one good about years so
Yeah.
one extreme, one next one way,
yeah,
So
sometimes it's like them add up the beating, so you do one
yes,
thing today and
yes.
then say, all right,
Hmm?
put it down, and then when it get to the end, then say, all right, what? Me
What?
tell you don't. What?
So yeah.
Oh, good. All right. So, all right. Here's a question now. Did anyone older than you ever did anything sexual to you that was against your will?
Yes. So yes. When I was in primary school, um when I was in primary school, we had this neighbor. Somebody who lived close to a house. Um, in communities like ours, everybody are friends. So you share dinner, you share movie, you share every little thing. So you're
Okay.
not expecting that as a child. Like, so one Saturday night, no one was home, and I was staying by my grandaunt. My cousins, they normally go to practice at their church, at choir practice. So I would go with them because then I would be home with my great grandma alone. So I normally go with them Saturday evenings, and it so happened that that night when we coming home, I said, all right, I go stop and collect some movies that I was supposed to collect. And I went to the person to get the movie, but it was normal for us to go in at the house. You get what I say? That was normal. And it so happened that he said, like when you have DVDs back then, and sometimes the show at the case, so yeah, you maybe put in the movie for find the right one for match it up with the case and stuff. So it was a situation like that. Alright, I was there waiting on the movie. Now the person said, the door outside cold, and they push up the door. I wasn't thinking anything of that, of course. Then they putting in the movies, and I try to say, okay, this are for this case, this are for this case, and then I say, hurry up because my cousin them gone home leave. So, but it's like right above the house I live now. So it wasn't nowhere far on my for walk. Then it so happened that he, one of the disc that he put in was like porn. So when he put in the porn, like I turned on my face because a little girl, I said, Jesus, I must miss the, you know?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I turned on with my face, but he took it out because he saw my reaction. In that moment, honestly, I wasn't thinking of get up and go, or that I wasn't thinking of that. And then it happened so fast to be like after that, everything happened so fast where he sexual assaulted me. So he did have sex with me. And of course, I scream, I try to push him off, but then there's a big man. So what little I do a little bit, you know? And I remember running out of the house and someone next door saw and the person said yes, no. I'm a run. I run and I went home. I changed my clothes. I didn't tell anybody. Um that was a month before anyone found out. Before it came out big. As I said, I was aware that someone next door saw me because when I was running out of the house, the person was like, yes, no, I'm gonna tell. So yeah, that was the first time it happened.
Mm.
And how old were you at that time?
I I was very young. I was in primary school. I was not even 11 years old as it. So it happened before I was 11 years old.
Oh, so pretty young.
Very, very young.
Um, and see, this is the thing, I feel like most women and men, if I don't want no one to tell me, say, and boys too, but
Yes.
most girls and boys, um, whenever anything like that, like being raped or getting sexually abused, is happening, it's usually 9 out of 10 at the time. It's usually at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
like at a very
Yeah,
young
that's
age.
true.
And sometimes, like when you really sit down and you think about it, you think to yourself, and the ones who are doing the what's the word? The molestation or however you pronounce it, people have list
The
out.
molesting.
Yeah, that word right there. But the ones who are doing it, they're oftentimes, like older people. Like
Yeah, for
older
real.
people. So it makes you wonder, well, what is it that you see in a little child why you have to do something like that? You know what I mean? So it's really painful, it's really hard. It's a really hard situation to deal with. But let me take a look at the comment section to see what's going on
And the
here.
truth is, there is no justification for any person.
There
Like,
is.
and there is no justification for someone to do that. And I know at your age, at that time, most times people would say, "Oh, the person that's older, they are your elders, so you have to respect them." So I know a lot of things may be running through that must have run through your mind at that
Mm-hmm.
time because you were probably like, "Are they going to believe me against like this person?" Because growing up back home, we were looking at it to say, "Oh, the older people them, we
Mm-hmm.
respect them. They're not gonna tell no lies and such." That's how we look up
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
And my thing was I was scared to say anything because the whole reaction of me to the room and seeing that person them say yes no me I got tell like me do something so me in a trouble. So I don't know how to say that. And in that moment, as a child you grew up with, how persons react around you already.
Mm-hmm.
So then you already have the sense of feel like, how am I going to say this? Who am I? What am I gonna say? Like, suppose them not believe me, you know?
Yeah,
So
that's
it was
true.
that for me.
So the person that saw you, was it like a child or like an
No, it
adult?
was about person was mm, about 16, 17. It wasn't a child. Teenager.
Teenager.
Yeah.
Okay. All
But
right.
that you can't say yes, no, mega tell, then you could have tell somebody say hello.
Yeah. That's true. And while you brought that up, because the other question was like, how did you deal with the traumatic experience as a child? And what were some of the trigger factors for you?
So how did I deal with it? I didn't deal with it. I didn't deal with it. After everyone found out, and how they found out was um somebody had an argument with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had the argument with the guy, they said, like, back home in Jamaica, for those who don't know, back home in Jamaica, some little community and argument are going, and then one little crowd. So it was a Saturday morning. Don't ask me why I wasn't at church that Sabbath, but it was a Saturday afternoon, somewhere thereabout. And somebody argued with the guy, and of course, whole heap of people there at the gate just listen to argument and so on. I was there too, because remember, I didn't tell anyone that this happened, and I'm pretending like, hello, this never happened, this not exist. So I act normal, and I heard the person that he was arguing say, "Go ahead, you think of me make a rip of the people then pick me," and my heart stop. Heart stop. Message in myself. Me say, I can't move, I can't make nothing look too obvious, and I was in shock. So that whole Saturday now, I feel like a lifeless person I walk, cause me I said, Jesus, when mommy find out, when people find out what gonna happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that the Saturday pass, nobody no find out, me no hear nobody come and say nothing. The Sunday morning, I was home cleaning my shoes, school shoes in the front of the yard, and my brother came. My eldest brother came. And like I'm just going to use John as the person name. And my brother came in here and he what John do to you? Some are frightened now, some say John not do nothing to me. And him say, what John do to you? But at this point, my brother have a real hello, what happened? Because he went on the road and hear that, the little girl that he had sex with was Kadesha. And I say not do nothing to me, and I remember he went, I think around the side of the house into the kitchen like to tell my mother and my sister. And to be honest, I don't remember what happened throughout the day, the process of the day. And in the evening, I think him did I come up at the yard to do some apology or something like that. And my sister, them rush out for him. Them rush out for him. And the police was called, a statement take and whatnot. I didn't go to the station the following day. I didn't go to the station the same day. The following day, my mom took me to the station, and it was just like uh, nothing ever come out of it, to be honest. And I didn't get any counseling, and I don't recall anybody talking to me about it. So I didn't deal with it. As a child, I didn't deal with all that trauma. I suppressed it, and yeah. Also, I remember, I think the Monday morning going to school, the Monday evening coming from school, because of course, we shame and, you have to go through the community same way. And I was coming from school and a group of ladies, I was walking past a group of ladies, big people, and walking past them, I said good evening, but remember, this just happened, me shame, I can't wait to reach my yard, but then at the same time, I really want to go home. So, I wasn't the type of picnic where pre-runway. No. That never did a keep for me. So, you want to go home, but you don't want to go home. So, I take my time and walk, my shame. So, I hold on my head and I said, good evening. You said good evening in your throat. Nobody not really hear you. And I remember that one of the ladies say, but could you to a walk and now say evening. After you go like you're a big woman, cause a big man you want. So that happened. So all them something that I didn't deal with it as a child. I just all light and push it down. I didn't have the only person I could talk to about anything was my little cousin Nikki, and poor Nikki. Nikki not understand him someday. So, so that was that.
You can come over a little bit more.
Yeah,
Let me
because for myself, I mean, like, wait, but hold on.
come
Better?
over
Wait, hold on, hold on,
this
hold
side of the
on.
right.
No,
So
overset the phone.
Right
Be-
to the left first. Macassi.
better? Better.
yes,
Yeah.
better.
There we, there we go.
Like back then in Jamaica, we had the antenna. We said turn the antenna to the left, little to the right, make sure it pick up and stuff. But this is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
So
is perfect.
you
Okay.
see the thing is too, cause I'm looking at the comment section,
Mm-hmm.
right? Most of the people that I don't really know them, but because of like what we're discussing, it is you know, a lot of people go through this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me sit down here start try to hold about my tears. Because I don't know me body already. Right? So I'm sitting here trying to listening to Kadesha share her story and I'm trying to hold back my tears. Because the only thing that's going through my mind is how, like why? At such a young age, why? Why? And then to think the guy wanted to come and apologize afterwards. How do you apologize for doing something like that to a child?
You
It's
know, when
crazy.
come to say, I must, man, I don't know, like him said, so I remember, I can, and I don't know if others was there that evening, right, in that moment, remember, but I can remember that clear when saying, I'm sorry, and then, so, yeah, so,
Wow. All right. So let me see. Tamika Hall says it's hard to open up when stuff like that happens. Whereas if you're a troublesome picnic like most people wouldn't
Like me.
believe.
the,
Just getting on. Good night, y'all.
the
It's
thing of,
she Anise, and I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
Anise.
Anise says, "Is he still alive, Khadija?"
you know what, we'll talk about that off air.
All right, so she's still off here, and that's fine. Like if there's any questions that you don't feel comfortable answering, you can always, reach out to the person and stuff. All right, so oh my gosh, let's see, let's see. Um,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
well, let's see what
Sorry,
Siri knows
Siri just
Yeah,
in our business.
I'm not talking to Siri now. Siri have to say something. All right, so this hit home. Thanks for speaking up.
I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
Siri, me not talk to you. Bye.
I thank you. Bye.
All right, so Tamika Hall says, "This hit home. Thanks for speaking out. You're strong, baby girl." Beverly Edwards, great program. Days with the Means. Um, Charlene Davis, thank God for His mercy, His grace, and His mercy.
Amen.
Bev Gordon says, "I remember this all, girl. Strong. I hope justice was served, Cod."
Oh,
Um, Mama Mahasin May says, "Thankful I'm here." Um, Chantel says, "Yo, them people I see, man." All right. Let me see. People like them, they, whoa, strong. Girl, I'm happy you're strong. Tilt the phone. Oh, they were telling you how to.
oh, it fixed now,
Oh,
is it?
yeah.
Okay.
It fixed now. All right. So Kayan says, "This is so tough. Like, why community couldn't back you?"
Hmm.
That's a question too. All right. Corey crying. Proud of you, sis.
Yes, that's why I'm
Proud of you, guys.
right there.
You're strong. All right. Next
Big sis
question.
checking in on the live.
Next question, baby.
So tell us, Kadesha, at any point in time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you think about doing like any type of physical harm to yourself or anyone else based on like everything that you went, based on the situation that you went through?
Yes, and yes, yeah. I have. Let me see if I can hold on a little bit because the phone situation. People, the devil's strong. Can't find nothing for the tripod tonight. So I remember while I was in high school, this happened. Because as I said, it wasn't only one thing that happened to me. I was abused more than once, and doing a lot of things that a child, it was too much. And at one point in time, I cut up myself. I don't know if you guys could see.
Mhm.
So wait, so yeah, so I have a lot of list of them. Maybe in person you will see it more. And I always get asked the question, "What happened to your hand?" And my response was like, it's an accident.
Mhm.
But yeah, I started to cut myself. I remember one night while I was in high school, and one night normally since me, say since my about in a since I live in America here, my mother leave me by myself in the house because my mother not be, play that if she's not going to be home, go top yard.
Yeah.
So that night I had the key to my house, and I normally never go to the house while no anyone is not there. And I went by the house and I lock up myself, and I was like, you know what, this is it. So my cousin dad, he was wondering why I was at the house that long, and he came down and he looked through the room window because the curtain was open, and he saw me with the knife and he beat down the place because I decided that, I'm not opening the door and stuff like that. So yeah, I have tried to hurt myself on numerous of occasions.
And was this like trying to do that, right? Was this simply like a coping mechanism for you, or just a way of
So
dealing with the fear and challenges?
So, like with the cutting a hand, because as I said, I tried to do this more than one time. Cutting one time, but like suicide more than once. But with the cutting, this happened because I felt like I couldn't feel pain. Like I was numb to pain, right? So I was so numb to pain that like, you know, if let me see, me cut myself, me not go feel it, and then why not? Then start cutting myself, me like, but might as well, me just try it in my life. Because it would have make more sense.
Wow.
So what would you tell, like, because everyone on the live, we know that a lot of kids, a lot of young women are going through this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of news, bunch of stories that y'all see where the older guys, and for the man them, I know say no dep on the live, but some of these guys them need to take some accountability for them actions.
Mhm.
The community need to stand behind the kids. Sometimes the community are the ones who
Yeah.
put you down. So tell me, so two parts. This is a two-part question. How did the whole community react?
React.
Like how did, as it relates to.
As it relates to that, how did they react? They didn't. I can't remember of one person asking me, "Yeah, all right." I cannot remember. I'm not going to say nobody asked, but I cannot recall. And I would say in that time, I think I would recall that because then that's what I needed in that moment. So as it relates to persons in the community, yeah, all right. And as I said, the set of woman say, you know, yeah, go like you're a big woman and a big man you want. That's what I was I got. Oh, she force rape.
Mm.
So them something they like, yeah, the force rape, and she going like she a big woman, and that she did want because a big man she want. How can you say a child, like, look here, that's a child. I was a child.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for.
Yeah, that's true.
Even no matter how much a child seems like, all right, them together, they're a child. They don't know what's for them in that moment.
That's true.
You understand? Even if I
That's
behave like, all right, them have a man and a big man I touch them as, that's still a child.
mm-hmm.
You understand? So they
I
that's
think
I can't recall anybody who was like, and I'm not going to say anybody do it, because remember, I was going through my trauma, and A lot of time people are talk to me and honestly think I'm listening, and I am so out of this world.
Mm.
So out of this world. So maybe somebody like, oh wait, but I cannot recall that. I don't remember anybody saying like, yeah, go.
That's me.
No counseling that I didn't get. So yeah. I can't recall member say, the man get a beat up or nope. It didn't happen.
Yeah. And you see, the thing is, I feel like as a community, not just like the Mavis Bank community, but like there's a lot of surrounding areas like Mavis Bank, Munchals, Tower Hill,
Yeah.
Alta Lights, Robertsfield, and I know there's probably people watching on here from town and like overall, maybe the US too or Canada,
Yeah,
right?
anywhere that you're
So
watching from.
I feel like it helps when you go through such a traumatic experience like that. But this is the reason why, when kids go through these stuff, then keep it to themselves. They
Yeah,
don't
for
tell
real.
nobody
For
that it's
real.
happened because of the reaction that
Mm-hmm.
they're getting from the community. People who are supposed to be, supportive and, trying to
Yeah, that's true.
help. As opposed to trying to help to talk to the person, instead you would make a
You
comment
would
like,
bash the person.
yes, that
For
is
real.
not right.
And the sad thing about it is that like all of the communities, country, town, whatever community, they haven't changed or grown one bit because probably it's the same thing that's happening today. The only
Probably
difference
it
is
is.
that like today and like recently, a lot of guys, the jungle justice business
Yeah, yeah.
whereby them know
Mm.
if they catch the guy or whatever. But and I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus or not anyone, but how about the church?
The church in I don't remember anybody from church, carry me aside, talk to me, counsel me up. No, I don't remember that. That was my they might do it for somebody else, but that wasn't my situation. That wasn't my experience with the church.
Hmm. So you know what I think too? Because I can guarantee you that right now it's happening to a lot more children in the community. We just don't know. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if there is, like some type of measures put in place where, they can have some type of like social group or I don't know what specifically. What do
Even
you think?
even though because a statement was taken by the police and there was no follow up. So what's that telling you?
Right. Like even the police, like who's supposed to be like,
At some point, the police supposed to make sure the child is going counseling and him something. So
yeah,
nothing.
Yeah,
There
that's
was
true.
no follow up. There was no follow up. There was.
yeah. Well,
So at that time, Kadesha, like, was there a place or was there like a safe haven for you, like something that you would do that would just make you feel safe or make you feel okay?
Cry myself to sleep. That they make me feel alright. Or drown myself in a. I'm the type of person. Alright, so at that point, I started to disconnect. So I always wanted to be by myself, and to this day, it's not the best thing, but I always want to be by myself, and I would just have what I'll do is try to think of something positive. At some point, I started to think of something positive, but at first, I was like, all right, this happened to you, this is not the worst, right? So I started to have negative thoughts first, and me used to laugh about it, and what, girl, you get over it, you'll be fine. And I just think about random stuff. But being by myself, disconnecting, that was my thing. I didn't have a safe place where I could go and talk to anyone. And I didn't have that. And even if in that moment, even if somebody tried to, I'd disconnect, I'll pull away
Yeah.
myself. As
yeah,
soon as I see somebody like I try get too close, I'm like, look here, I don't do that. So
yeah,
I didn't have a safe place. I didn't have a safe haven. My safe place was just me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you had to just basically you were relying on yourself to get through all of this.
That forced me to deal with a lot of things emotionally. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it forced me to do so much things. So then them time that them could have said, oh, she forced her, because I'm like, well, if me have to take care of myself emotionally as a child, then why you need to talk to me?
Yeah.
That's
What
true.
for me as a child, I have to be taking care of myself emotionally and mentally,
Yeah.
which quote unquote, which I'd say I think I was taking care of myself. Let me say that I think I was taking care of myself emotionally and mentally, and I had to do that for myself. So why me need somebody? Because you weren't there when I needed you, you know. So yeah.
That's true.
And like with most of the comments, I'm sorry, go ahead, baby.
No, I was gonna say like in the community, you know, like how they would look at you and say you're forced, right?
Mhm.
The guys are the older guys. The way they would be looking at these young girls is like, me I go groom her, you know, or me I
Yeah.
go grow her, me I groom her, or something. That's how they look at it,
Mhm.
and it's wrong.
That's so wrong.
So like I'm gonna go through some other comments here. So Pernell says, God got you, boo. You're stronger than you think you are. Cody says, Boobs Medea. Alright. Let's see. Um, alright, so Tiny says they always blame the victim.
Mhm.
Tamika says from Guava Ridge come right down to Mount Charles, all the surrounding communities, they didn't stand for nothing. Chat people and bash them was their thing. Never saw any community member to stand with. So I think we need to try to be more like supportive, especially in
Mhm.
cases like this too. Um, so Beverly Edwards says, true, most time they blame the victim. Worst, you're young. That's true. Um, Kayan Faces says, so proud. I know you know. You're winning, girl. Big up yourself. Melanie said, so true, Tamika. They're always against you. All right. And look at you now, cats. So Khadija, you're all right? Captain Jamaica, say if you're all right.
Yeah, man, may I survive.
All right. And Maya says, love you, cats. You're so strong. Community is also responsible as this is not usually the first time the culprit did it. I was gonna ask that if there was ever any like talks about that person doing it again to somebody else, if you're aware of that.
No, I'm not aware, But say, while I was in high school, and while I was in high school, this person, because of course it hurt that I had to walk past that person yard.
Yeah.
While I was in high school, and if him see me, him take the left corner, and of course me I walk all the way up in the back. So while I was in high school, one Friday evening, cause it's a person we drink. One Friday evening, I was coming home from school. I'm a buck him up around one corner, and him be drunk, and him say. Like him not call my name, him say Maxine. Came right in front of me and him say, Maxine, that I'm sorry. And I ran. Like my run. So I didn't hear of anything else after like him doing it with someone else or before, you know? So yeah, I only know of me
Right.
with that person.
And fair enough. And then leading off of that, and he says like, how did you feel when you see this monster after the situation happened? Well, and how did the community react towards the monster?
So of course the community didn't react towards the monster. And how do I feel? How did I feel when I saw him after multiple times? Just at first scared, and then no, and then hatred,
Mm-hmm.
and then numb, and then still I think still numb, still they are numb. It's just like Yeah, it's just like if I should see him now or, and I've seen him a few times. I think I even yeah, I've seen him a few times. See more per time actually.
Alright, and then this question says, how old was that individual? Did you know or have any idea?
Big man, past 20s.
Mm.
Big man, maybe in I'm 30s sometime. I don't know, but more than yeah, cause a big man for my brother. My brother did in 20s sometime. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So fitness and diabetes says that's so sad. A lot of rude community members corrupt. They just go to watch and talk people. Hun, you have passed the word. Strive for excellence, my darling. They all are looking at you now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go to the next one, baby?
Um,
All right. Well, Nolan is thinking. Let's look at this. So Beverly says, how them big woman they now feel if you see your old bugger them. Um, what you know to reply to. So Antoinette Dyer says, it's the first I'm hearing about this. It is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Then don't we all know how these people always talk about and against us? All right, let's see. Good question. She's royalty. What inspired you to become a counselor?
What inspired me to become a counselor? My situation inspired me to become a counselor. But also, while I was in high school, let me tell you this, I am very good at counseling people and help people fix them problem and bad at fixing facts. So let's just throw that out there. But from high school, I was the type of person I always have older friends, like always have older friends. And I found myself in situations where I'd help people through things, talk people through things, coach people through things, not knowing that I was doing that in that moment, you know? And it's something that I
Mm-hmm.
love. And just to know that if I can come to somebody to make them a better version of themselves, then why not? So it's something that I love. My situation had a big part to play in that.
Mm-hmm. And it's,
okay.
you see, I know, like, I mean, this might be off topic, but I know that for some people, some children who, and like for people, for the ones who are watching, I know that there might be a few people. I don't know you guys personally, but I know that there might be a few people on here that went through the same thing. So I think that most of the time, so too, why children don't really say anything to their parents or anything. Because I know for me, for one, if I tell my mother and I tell my father, them I go for that smarty there, you know, it not end pretty, right? It not ending well,
Mm.
right? So I think, um, do you think like not saying anything in a sense was not you like trying protecting other people from like doing certain things?
No, I was more protecting me because then I didn't know what would happen to me or, I didn't know my family reaction or what. When mommy I said, because remember at that time I said, as I said, I felt like I get in trouble. Mommy
Mm-hmm.
leave you my dad. We reach on the road, you know? And from the get go, from I ran out of the room, from the get go, it's like yes, no, tell. So you start feel like it's your fault already. So if that one person
Yeah.
feel like it's your fault, then what are you going to like? Everybody else gonna think it's your fault or make you feel that way. There.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see.
So if there is if you could give a message right now to an 11 or 10-year old
Or even younger.
or even younger that just
Or
experienced,
older persons who are scared to speak up.
That's true.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
Um,
What would you tell them?
don't be afraid to tell someone. And if that one person don't hear you, tell somebody else. Tell the whole world. Till somebody hear you. Tell the whole world. So don't be afraid to speak up. There are going to be things that you're gonna have to face and you're not gonna like it. But remember, what happened to you already didn't like it. So what's the
Yeah,
worst? Tell the
Mm-hmm.
if you need to, because sometimes sometimes you tell one person, And then I believe you because I've heard of situations, I know of persons will say, I tell my mother that XYZ touch me and them do, and I'm like, well, if you tell your mother, tell somebody else. Talk until somebody hear you. Like, don't stop talk. Sing it. The good
But do
thing
you think? I'm sorry to interrupt. You could go
the
ahead.
good thing that we have social media, we can go live at you go live on Facebook. Tell everybody
Yeah.
that somebody I gonna hear you. Somebody must hear you.
But do you think, like in Jamaica, there is like any type of like counseling readily available for
So
children
I
who
know
has been?
I am aware that they have counseling for children who have been abused and stuff like that through the police, through the schools, but I don't know how it go, to be honest. And that's one of the things that I'd love to, especially in my community. That's something that I am thinking about doing. That's
Mhm.
how I want to give back to my community.
That makes sense.
That's
And
good.
I feel like if we all could like try to do something to help, like
Mm-hmm.
kids or women, people who are men
Because
who are
one
going through
other
this.
thing too, I don't think that in the communities or schools and churches and stuff, we need to create a safer space for
Right.
persons to speak. Because as I said, for me personally, I can speak for myself. I cannot talk for anybody else. I didn't have that space, that safe space at church. I didn't have it anywhere in the community. So, and especially church, that's where you want to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I didn't feel like I have that safe space.
Right. So maybe that's something that the community can look into as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
just to try to create that safe space for, people who are going through childhood trauma such as this. All right. So Delaney says, assuming it's been years and it's hopefully behind you, have you forgiven him?
No, because this is something that I'm still dealing with. Believe it or not, yes. It is something that I'm still dealing with.
All right.
And
Fair
I
enough.
gotta ask you, is that the first and only time?
No.
All right. So okay. I'm gonna.
First time by him, not the only time overall.
Okay. So the first time that it happened, you were at how old were you again?
About
Before
11.
before 11. No, it's not about 11. It's before 11.
Before 11, and then tell us about like the second time that he happened, or like what happened.
Um so when that happened the second time, it was more somebody, a groom situation. Yeah, groom
Mm-hmm.
her. But in my mind, me a little girl, but because I love male company. Love male company. I don't have a lot of female friends. To this day, I don't have a lot of female friends. So being around a big man now, it's still not in the back of my head say this person might approach you sexually. And that time when it happened, I just lay down and you know
Yeah.
it was hard because as I said, I became numb to a lot of things. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like what gonna be the worst? This happened already.
Yeah.
So what gonna be the worst? No come out tight, so what gonna come out tight now. Someone need to tell nobody. So this that was happening for years. It was happening for years.
And so this is the thing, like once it's sometimes when you go through it, like it happened the first time, and then like it happened again, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're not necessarily like beating up yourself in the but it's like you're there thinking, okay, well, not this again. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, well, it's happened already. No come out of it. So you
Yeah,
know
so
say nothing now come out of this.
what's
Yeah.
going to be the worst?
Right. This is a lot. But here's another question. Through this situation, what keep you self motivated? And did you ever forgive the person? Also, the second part of the question, you had said no. But for the first part, so through the
What kept
situation
me
that
motivated? Honestly, in that moment, I was just living. I didn't have any motivation. I was just living. So it wasn't that one thing that, like, you know what, you have to push through because of that. You have to push through because of that. I was just living. Like, me just did really I live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then, yeah. So I didn't have that one thing that kept me motivated. No, in high school, way down in high school after this incident happened on my arm, and I was like, all right, you know, say I have the potential can be somebody. And my father not being around affected me a lot because I didn't know
Yeah.
my father. He left when I was a baby. So he left when I was young. Actually met my father at my high school graduation. That's how it was story by itself. But anyhow, so that affected me, and that, like, the rejection, because I thought, like, I'm always would ask, like, why, so what happened to me, why, you know, him not dead and stuff. So I used to feel less of myself and thing like that. um in high school now, later on in high school, they're like, you know, say you can become somebody. And that I was like 11th grade too, honestly, like 11th grade. Me like, all right, you can be something with this. And I just start motivate myself on a different level, because other persons were showing the interest and potential, like, you know, you have potential, and start
Yeah.
work with me. And that made me feel like, all right, somebody has seen me. Yeah, in a good way, because I'm always seen, but not in the best way, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know, in that moment, I felt like somebody has seen me. Also, I can say my sister Shania, she has been a motivation to me, because one of my thing is I never feel like I want to disappoint her.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say she was a motivation to me. She
Okay.
motivated me.
That
Yeah,
makes sense. All right. And then Antoinette Dyer says, "What? Why wasn't he locked up? Do you know?"
I don't know. I don't know.
Whoopsies. Hold on. Hold on. I'm scrolling back up to the questions. Hold on, guys.
It's
Hold
a
on.
scroll too far.
Yeah, something just jump right down at the bottom. But Beverly Edwards says, "What inspired you to become a counselor?" I think
I did
did you
Oh
answer.
answer the
yeah,
question? You
yeah,
did,
she
right?
answered
Yeah.
that. First it's me.
And this was one of the questions that you slightly touched on. Like, do you feel not having your daughter around made it even harder on how you dealt with the
Of
situation?
course, of course. I didn't have any male figure. Well, yeah, I didn't have any male figure, because even though, like, step stepdads were present, and is not somebody who would have got talked to, like, and they still won't fill the gap as a father. They
Yeah.
played father roles, but they still didn't, like, that's not my father. And I was a very curious person, so I asked a heap of question. And to this day, what I respected, you know how some mothers would be like, you know, your father this, your father that. Mother never, ever, ever, ever tell me bad about my father. She's never done that. So she would always say, you know, if I ask a question about my father, she answer it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, yeah, this too, because, like, to this day, I think about it, like, what if, you know, what if he was there?
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Would this have happened? So yeah.
Right. No, I get it. I get it. Yo, I'm sorry to say yo, but I remember one time, I was cause I was living in Canada, right, with my father. So, and I just want to share the story. So one of my father friends, like a male friend, I came over, and it was one of daddy's good friends,
Mm-hmm.
and me young and stuff, and the guy. I think he was putting talk to me, but I wasn't paying attention because I didn't understand what he was doing. So then I said something to a lady that my dad was talking to, and then she went and she told my dad. So when she told my dad, Daddy told the man, don't come back on my house. If you ever come back on my house, I'm going to
Right.
chop you up. Right?
Yes.
So I
Right.
met the, and from that day, I never saw that guy again. That when I said never, him not come back at the house, my father don't talk to him. And that's how serious he was. My
Mm-hmm.
father was about protecting, like his kids. Like he don't want him to play a certain game. He doesn't want, like any type of stuff to happen. As a friend, you're not expecting your friend, to be trying to
Yeah.
look your young daughter. So I think having your father around, like it definitely does like play a role in a sense, like with them like protecting you from, like certain things not happening to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think there was a couple other questions. Let's see. So she's royalty says, see, it's always a choice. People will hurt. People will say hurt people, but there's always a choice. Either you let it build you or you break you. She's true. So Snatch
Hurt.
says, any flashbacks or regrets on your attempts of suicide? If so, what would you tell other women, young girls, not to make them take that route?
Flashback. Yes, I do have flashbacks. Like I do still experience traumatic events that happen. Um, Regrets. Mm, I wouldn't say regret because I mean it never happened. So hey, I'm still here. What can I do better for this not to happen? So, but flashbacks, yes. What would I say to other persons who are find somebody talk to? Please, please find someone to talk to, as me say. And that is not the easiest thing either, because
Yeah, it's
I can be
not.
on this side saying, "Oh, find someone to talk to," and I know what that feels like. One, you're friend to be judged, and when you're thinking about that, you want to be by yourself and you don't want to talk. You understand? But
Mhm.
find some. I don't honestly. I don't know how to answer that. Only because I know the struggle. Because I can say
Yeah.
find someone to talk to, and in that moment, it is not the easiest to go talk to somebody. It is not.
So
Yeah.
let's say, for example, right, somebody that went through that came to you and they say, Khadija, I went through this and I'm thinking about, like taking my life. What would your
Mm.
advice be to that person?
I would, in that moment, I would be whatever to them that they want me to be,
Mm-hmm.
versus trying to convince them not to. Of course, I could tell them, say, "Oh, don't do that." But in that moment, I'm going to ask, what you want me to do? Like in that, like not say what do you want me to do, but what do you want me to be? What do you want
Like
me to
how you
be?
can support, yeah.
Yeah.
How can I support you? What can I do?
Right.
So, of course, you're going to say, don't do that to her, but sometimes they just need somebody. Ask that question.
Yeah.
What
That's
do
true.
you want me to do for you right now?
Yeah. That's true. Alright. So Bev Gordon says most girls don't speak up about being abused because of the stigma that's attached to being raped. What people will think also.
Yeah,
That's true.
that is hard. And one of the thing too is that, like all, especially in our relationship, is not always easy, depending on who you're with and stuff. It's not the easiest thing to talk about. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that is, there's a stigma attached to it for real.
Right. Thank you, Miss Maze. Oh, we just realized I have the same last name. Milton Hamilton says, I understand the traumatic situation that you have been through, but does the scars leave you with hatred for men in general? How do you relate to your
Present
present
relationship.
relationship?
No, it does not. I don't hate men. Um, Ask a question there again.
So it says, I understand the traumatic situation that you have been through,
Mm.
but does the scars leave you with hatred for men in general? I think for that you said no. So how
Mhm.
do you relate to your present relationship?
Um, so I have a very, 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 very supportive partner.
Talk truth,
Like,
One bag of very ingot.
look,
right?
they're very, he is super supportive, and it's someone that I can talk to. in like, so this is it for me. I always think that, you know what, I'm not gonna tell a person that this because them not gonna understand. So my best friend always tell me stop think for people and we should start do that. That's something I'm working on. So I would normally like, I'm not gonna tell him this because he's not gonna understand. But then when I tell him, it's like a whole different ball game. He did not react the way I expected, and so it's great to have a supportive partner.
Yeah. All right. Let me see. 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 Me say me I try scrolling up people. Me feel like there's something that have like bloops. Down at the bottom, it just bloops.
But Sash could have said vloops.
Bloops. All right. So I don't want to miss anything. Hold on, okay? Un momento. So I see a comment here that says maybe the church wasn't aware. So
Maybe
did
they
you
weren't
think
aware.
that?
Maybe they weren't aware, and I'm pretty sure 1 and 2% did aware. Pretty sure.
Okay. No?
I'm pretty sure somebody was aware, but maybe they weren't aware either.
All right. So somebody says, sadly, there are men who go through the situation too, but are afraid to speak up
Oh,
because they get laughed at.
true.
That's
That's
true.
true.
So true.
Major.
No, this is the thing that we need to like, because a lot of people, especially females, I can only talk on females because from a female perspective. But look here, a lot of men have been abused. I have clients that are men. All of my clients are men, and I have clients that has been abused, like sexually abused as a child, and they are grown men.
Mm-hmm. So this question was kind of similar to the one that was asked. Like, if you're in a relationship now, and does your past affect it, and that sometimes it doesn't go down well. So do you think your past affects like the relationships that you've been in a sense?
Honestly, yes, because I'm in my own head and dealing with trying to deal with things by myself versus sharing it with my partner. So that cannot go well.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Aunt Bev says there. Thank you for sharing and educating others on how best they can deal with similar situation. The best solution is to tell a trusted and caring individual. God is able. Keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Jay says community have a lot to do with rapists. Believe me.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And I think so too, because you know why? I feel the way the community as a whole reacts towards the people who
Mm-hmm.
are doing the rape. It's kind of like, they're encouraging the behavior in
Yeah,
a
so you
sense.
will have like other guys that would probably try to do the same
Yeah,
thing
it
because the
it, it
community
would
is
have
not doing
them
it.
would have feel like it's okay because I mean in do it and nothing no go on. So
Yeah, so that why them can't do it too. Will this life be able? Oh yes, definitely, it will be. It will be. Let me see what else. All right. Share the live, guys. Well, thank you, Andre. That's very kind of you. All
mhm.
right. So Chantel says, "Big cards, big up your nice, clean self, my baby. Your past is making you great. Them not see nothing yet. Tell them sit back and watch my girl and grow and glow."
Sure.
All
All
right.
right.
Snack says, "Seeing that you haven't forgive him, persons involved in your assault. How were you able to move forward completely?"
I haven't moved forward completely because, as I said, this is something that I'm still dealing with. Like, not not like as a child, you know, get the help that you need. So now me have to, work on it.
So, do you think you're in like a better space now than you were before?
Of course, most definitely.
Okay.
That makes sense. And you see, the thing is, when stuff like that happens, like you never really get
You
over
never
it.
really get over it, and I
Yeah,
think
because you can't erase it.
don't understand. This is not something where you can just say, "All right, let me shove it under the bed," or even if you shove it under the bed at some point in time. It
Yeah,
go come.
it'll come back up. Right.
There is
That's
no way.
right.
It's just that there is no way you can just forget about it. That it don't work. Look here. If I could, I would, because me as a person, I love to dismiss things. So trust me, if I could, I would.
Mm-hmm. And
Definitely
there was one thing. At any point, like, did you blame yourself for what happened?
blame myself for everything.
Mm. So
Everything.
like,
Blame myself for everything. All right. All of it.
are you thinking that if I didn't go there, then like that wouldn't happen, or?
Yeah, why me did want to show for much? Why me never go up go sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Like serious, like yeah. Them some
But, but you never knew what would have happened.
yeah,
Right.
but like the what ifs always come up, and then even like just being the fact that I felt as if it how persons made me feel, right, like a your
Mm-hmm.
fault and you did want it, then that even made it worse for me, where like yeah, but suppose I made it smile, so what if me did get up and him turn up the door, I could have avoided all of this. So yeah, I asked myself those questions. I say those things like, I could have really just come out of the room. I could have stayed on the veranda. Why me did I forget sit down? You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see. She has been through a lot. Continue to push through, cause that's true. Why didn't you knock him out when you saw him alone, drunk?
Frightened, run.
So, well, and this person, that type of person that drinks a lot.
Yeah, but then that night he was drunk that night. But we used to when him drunk, them drunk, real drunk. But him never that type of drunk day, because
To the point
Just
that,
like
tipsy.
yeah,
you have time when we can, if somebody will come close to me with alcohol, like a man come close to me with alcohol and attack up on my face, is like flashback. That's a trigger for me.
yeah.
That's like my personal space is very important to me. Because if a man comes with my face and attack with liquor, it's like a trigger, proper trigger,
Yeah.
because I just feel like, me feel, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a question that we had that says, "Did your spirituality aid in any way in helping you combat the fear, anxiety, and the feeling of depression that was oftentimes evident?"
After a while, yes, and that didn't happen overnight. Over time, it did, because I had to know God for myself, and um, there were times when I was going through whatever I was going through, depression, suicidal thoughts, and I'm like, look here, God. So you don't love me? Why me? Have I go through this?
Mm.
Why? You know? So at the time, I had stopped going to church, and I just never believed, because I'm like, if God loved me, why this why me I go through this? And then I had to find my way, and I found back my way because you're used to going to church, so it's like it did just in I'm for go church, but then
Mm-hmm.
God, music, music through
Right.
music. So I found back my way through music in the church. Yeah.
Listening
So
to it
it
or
it
singing.
what is it?
Cause man, listening to it mainly or just singing. Cause man, know if you can't sing to.
Hello. Look here. But but not because you sing you can't sing. There's a difference.
I know you can't sing, but you know
Yeah,
what?
you can't
You go
sing.
on,
I feel
Chrissy.
you
Yeah.
You
can't
go
sing.
on.
So the last question that we had was like, what advice that you'd give to someone who may have gone through the same issues as you? But I feel like you're partly answered it. But if there's anything that you want to add
Get
to it,
help. Get help. Pray. Never stop praying. Or when it feel hard. Or when you look here. Or when it feel hard. Pray. Never stop praying and get help. Speak to someone. Speak to a professional if you need to. They have a lot of
yeah,
places where you can get free counseling. Speak to someone. I
mm-hmm.
think there's a stigma in, especially in the Caribbean, like, We don't go counseling and nothing no deal. And enough of that we
Yeah,
get
for
enough.
real.
Nothing no deal. Nothing no deal. Nothing no deal.
Mhm.
So yeah, get help
Yeah,
because you know what you're feeling.
What would you say to parents that like
Parents, pay attention to your children. Pay attention to your pitney. Like seriously, because I think a lot of parents don't pay attention.
mhm.
Pay attention. Pay attention to your pitney them, and not only girl pitney, boy pitney too.
That's true.
Pay attention to your kids. Create an atmosphere where them can come talk to you.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? Create that atmosphere them can come talk to you. If somebody touch you, don't touch. My mother say enough for touch me.
Yeah,
Auntie, father, sister, brother.
yeah, that's
So
true. I
I
agree.
think parents should pay attention to their children because if you're a parent that pay attention, if you're picking up them too, and them never tell you, you will know because you pay attention.
yeah.
Them a walk funny.
That's true. Yeah, and you know one thing to add to, I think um not that my mom went through this because I don't know, but sometimes parents that
Hmm.
go through the same things
Hmm.
as this, right? So they also went through like a little situation like that where they were molested, and even maybe their mom also went through the same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it kind of not like it's a cycle, but it's just like okay, they probably didn't talk about it to anybody in a sense. So maybe like
That's the
it
normal.
right. So to
So
them
when it
it's the
happened to yeah, so because it happened to them and they didn't talk about it and alright, this normal. Cause me never talk about it, so why me never talk about it with G?
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So
But it is not
it's
normal.
yeah, that's true. So maybe sometimes, so like, but I feel like it's because there's such a thing called generational curses. So we
Yes.
need to like pray and break, try to break
Break it
Mm-hmm.
for
generational
real.
curses as it relates to,
Agreed.
like things like
Agreed.
that, right? And I feel like for me, because I myself was also a victim of, like sexual abuse. But I
Mm.
felt like for me, how I dealt with it is forgiving myself and also forgiving the person. No,
Mm-hmm.
there's a difference. You can forgive the person and you don't have to have any communication with
Of
them,
course.
right?
Of
But
course.
the forgiveness for me is mainly so I can feel better. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
can
But then
breathe.
also that sorry to cut you off, but like,
Oh no, keep going.
saying forgiving yourself and forgive the person, what if you don't know how to forgive?
Well, that's true. That plays a part too. Like if you're not sure of like how to forgive, like it's not easy. Trust me, it's
Not
not easy to forgive somebody who does something like that to you, right?
mm-hmm.
It's you learn how to. So with
Mm-hmm.
growth and when you deal with it within yourself, then like eventually it will become easier, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For
Mm-hmm.
you to forgive, but it's not easy. It's
What
definitely not easy.
one
It
of my
takes
thing with
years.
forgiveness is and one of my thing is with forgiveness is that like you continuously forgive people and then you give people the benefit of the doubt and then
Mhm.
like especially people them you expect to protect you and them continuously them just a feel and then I'm like all right, so we don't need to forgive, like this don't work, what is this, you're going to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. So and I struggle with that.
Yeah, I hear what
Like,
you're saying.
them learned behavior, I struggle with that big time.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. So,
People I cry,
guys,
me I cry, I run, my nose I run. Yeah.
guys, the number to call in is at the bottom of the screen. So, if you guys want to call in, because I saw comments a while ago asking for the calling number, but that's the phone number that you can call in. Like, if you want to say anything to Khadija, you can call that number on WhatsApp if you're in Jamaica. You can call on WhatsApp and then you can say, like anything that you want to say to her. And Khadija, I am so proud of you. And
Yeah,
I
me
must
too.
say
For
that,
real.
like, I know talking about this it's not easy to
That's
share.
the first time I'm speaking publicly.
See?
First.
See?
First time I'm speaking about this publicly, so you know, of course, the leading up, boy, Christian Nolan can't tell the leading up.
It's true. And it's like we're there, we're there for it. So to, the
Yeah, for real.
nervousness, it can take over for
Yeah, it
real.
can't take at all.
Yeah.
Listen,
For real.
boy. Whew.
But I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you, and I'm glad that
Thank you.
accepted the invitation to come on here to share your story because, as
Thank
I
you.
said earlier, too, there's a lot of people who
Hmm.
are going through the same
If
things.
you know,
Young,
if I can use my story to um help someone, if it's even one person, encourage
yeah,
someone, that that's what I will do, because at the end of the day, I know say God no carry me through this for just did it so. Mm-mm.
that's true.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
true.
that's true. It's sad to say, but sometimes certain things happen. Just so you know, you can, cause look, now you're a counselor. You see how life turns out. You're a counselor, and you can counsel somebody and talk to somebody that's going through, the same thing
Mm.
that you went through. So,
Mm.
oh, yes, I taught the number when you can't see it. All right. So the number is 475-313-8221.
Put it in the chat. Oh, Bev say you can't sing, by the way. Beverly Edwards say you can't sing.
Oh, we're gonna put the number in the chat.
Oh,
Oh,
we
yeah.
got.
Thank you, Tina. You're so kind. Tina, can you see me every Sunday we come on here and I don't know this number? So it's 475-313-8221.
All right, we got a call coming in. Caller, good night.
Hello.
Hello.
Good night.
Good night. This is Miss Davis calling.
Hey, Miss Davis, how you? What's Kadesha face?
Yes.
Excited.
I had to call in tonight. This is one of my good students.
You know.
And to hear what happened, really upsetting. But I'm proud of you, Kadesha. You know I'm always there for you. I'm proud of you, and I know you'll be the best in life because you've always shown the person you want to become, and you're always working at it. So I'm really proud of you. Really proud of you because I don't know how I would have dealt with that. Honestly, I'm just here having a daughter who is 8, and I'm just here thinking, what would I have done if that had happened and I had known? So I'm really proud of you, my girl. Pick up yourself. We'll talk later.
All right.
All right?
Thank you
All
for
right,
calling.
thank you.
All right then. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night. So guys, hopefully this helps, like with the number, going across. But it's 475-313-8221. You can call on WhatsApp. Or you want to
Call or text.
Call or text, yes. If you don't want to call in, you can text. We will read the text, okay? There's another call coming in.
All right. Caller, good night. This look like a sister.
Good night. Can you hear us?
Yes, my sister is a good body sister.
Oh,
good body sister.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sissy.
Let me tell you something, girl.
No.
I don't know if I'm supposed to cry.
No.
I don't want to cry. But you have never discussed all of this with me. I did know that things happen, but the extent of what happened, I had no idea. But I just want to tell you that I'm super, super proud of you. Super proud of you. You have come a very, very far way, and you still have further to go.
Agreed.
And I know that, this situation does not define you. It does not define anything about you. Just remember that. And even though you might still be going through the trauma, it will end one day.
Yeah.
All right, so just know that I'm always here for you, and I love your world without end.
I
All
love.
right, Mumsy?
Aww.
Is that my nephew shot? Did somebody say I on?
Huh?
All right, see the bye. Take care.
All right, love.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
good night.
Sissy.
How do you?
Hi, caller, you're live.
Caller, good night.
Good night. This is Nathan.
Hi.
Yeah, this is the so-called boyfriend.
Hello,
Oh.
boyfriend. Listen, people, me get excited when we hear them things your name. So husband and wife and boyfriend calling you. Hi, boyfriend.
Hi, babe.
Honestly, I've been watching the show, and she talked a lot what happened to you guys, not to me though. Yeah, and honestly, I'm very proud of it though.
Oh.
You finally come over after chef first year.
Oh.
You hear it from the very, 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 very supportive
Boyfriend.
partner.
Very,
Soon
very.
to be husband, right?
Well, hopefully soon. Hopefully.
Yeah, that me like here.
Hopefully.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. But thanks a lot though.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you guys.
You're welcome. And thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling.
All right, what's up?
Right, may I try
All right.
I know people, may I try all it together. Like,
You know, I wonder if this. I'm not Delany yet. But let me read Delany's comment. She said, "Proud of you, Cads. I know it's been a journey, but one foot before the other each time. Keep climbing. P.S. Is this a good time to call and give them the story with the puss?"
I wonder what the story with the post.
tell Delany leave me alone in the name of God.
Hmm?
No, the puss story is not for the public. So just please,
Wanna
me
hear-
and Ranique, leave me alone.
wanna hear the puss story still?
No. But
I got.
that question that is on the screen by Mr. J. Davis.
Oh yes.
How do I feel about the community reaching out to me now? Honestly, my reaction is like, why? And this is how I feel. Speaking my truth. Reaching out to me now is like, why? Because persons were aware and seeing that them could attack everything else and everybody else business. Why that wasn't the talk where everybody know that and somebody reach out to me.
Oh, next up.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So there's another call coming in, and there's another call that we have to return. So we'll call that number back.
Good night, caller. You live?
Good night.
Yes, so this is a wonderful cousin Nicolette.
Hi, Nicolette.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, Kadesha, me and you grow as we are cousins, but we grow up very close. We are sisters, and I've been through all in terms of being there with her, knowing everything that. But as a child, then as that at that age, and not understanding or where to go based on where from certain background, the way they say the old time days where you could go to anyone and say this because they were grown a certain way, and you could have blamed, thinking about it now, you could have blamed them because it's how they were grown. Mm-hmm. So, and most of them, I can speak from my mother. Certain things,
can't tell Auntie you
expect certain things to remain the same. So when you're speaking to her, if you are correcting her, for example, she thinks you're arguing with her, or you are against her something. But as to know Kadesha, and girl, I'm proud of you. You know me and your cheerleaders, you're all from my eyelash.
Yes, right up there, full of excitement, Nikki. So Nikki was the person that, as I said, we're 6 months apart. We're growing out the same yard like sisters. We're cousins, but sisters. Went to the same high school, do every class together. Me get beat up for her. She not get beat up for me, no. Me get beat up for her. All of them something there. And Nikki was the person that I would tell certain things. But as she said, as a child, she never had to do with that. Like, but she was a person that thinks. So yeah, that's my go-to girl.
All right. There's the call coming in. Hello.
Good night, caller. Hello?
I'm not have no connection.
I don't know. All right, hold on. I'm gonna try call.
Hold on, we're gonna call it back.
Hello.
Caller, good night.
Oh yes, good night, man. Why? I have to say, I have to dig up my cousin from here because, like most people, I myself is shocked by the story. But also to thank you guys and commend you guys for the sort of outlet you've been providing for the voices that are coming on here. Yeah, just to shout out and support the family. Oh, this is Andre Curtis.
Who is that? Dr. Curtis? Nope.
Yeah.
Dr. Curtis.
Yeah, I did not hear that clearly, but I just wanted to say again, great job to you guys. And so, Kadesha, you have a family who is here for you, and
yeah.
Fortunately, we don't always see and know what's going on. So I think I also want to use the opportunity to just say to the general audience that it is tough, and I can't even imagine what it would take to come forward and to say anything. But just know that people sincerely care about you and want to be a part of the process of healing and dealing with this. So, yeah.
Thank you.
So they put stories that you forget about she's afraid of animals.
Look here, the puss story. Oh.
All right, Mr. Andre, thank you so much. All right, take care. So, hold up.
There was another call that we have to kind of return.
Oh,
wait, read that.
Maya said we've been great friends. Oh, sorry. A call coming in.
Maya, we gonna read it here.
Good night, caller. You live?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I'm watching the program. This is the first time I'm tuning in because Bestie's on. So I just want her to know that her support system is large, and I'm here for her always. I don't need to tell her that she good. She Gucci. She Gucci guy goodie. And just know I love you and I'm proud of what you're doing. I don't know if anybody knows as much as I know how difficult this is for you. And I'm watching you and I'm proud of you. I love you.
And I love you too.
Aww.
And you know I still will fight for you.
Look.
And I'm the best friend that she have to hide people information from. And I really because she don't want to disclose the information and the ear. I mean, she don't want to tell. You know?
Okay. I see you
Yeah,
know.
I'm not the best friend that she have to hide certain information from because I'm not so alright.
Yes.
So, love you, girl. I'm here for you.
I love you too, Miss.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for what you guys are doing. It's a really good program.
Oh.
I'll make sure to tune in after this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good night.
All right. Good night.
I saw comments earlier that says we need Miss Davis on the live. Miss Davis, would you accept the invitation?
Yeah, I think it was Bev, right?
A couple comments.
Yeah, a couple comments calling from Miss Davis. Oh, we got another call coming in. Caller, good night. Hello?
Yes.
Caller, good night. You're live.
Good night. This is Anise Cochrane. Hi, Kadesha.
Hi, Mother.
How are you? I'm so proud of you, and I'm happy the day I met you. You're a strong individual, and I know that. And because we share so much together, I have 2 kids, and my kids are not afraid to talk to me about anything. I learn from your situation, and I make certain that they talk to me about anything and everything, and everything triggers me. As parents, we need to look out to see the changes in our children, because they do cry out for help in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
But because parents don't pay too much mind, especially in the country areas, parents just see everybody as a community and everybody is good and they're expecting this from the person, but it is not so. And if there's anybody on this program who is going through the same situation or know anybody who is going through it, there's the Jamaica Constabulary Force, we have the Sissooka branch that can deal with these situations. I can give my number. If anybody want to call, they can call me and I can get help.
That's amazing.
76 352 4872 or 345 6870. Kadesha has been through a lot, and I really don't want anybody else to go through it.
Right.
You can call me and I'll get help. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is there, and I'm hoping, Kadesha, you know who I am, and I'm hoping that you will tell me the name of those police officers. Actions need to be taken against them, because there is no way that a situation as this can come to the police and it is dealt with so tardy. It is, it wasn't dealt with. We don't take time to these things. And one of my job is to make certain that things happen. And I'm asking if there's anybody on the program, or if you're on the program, or if you know anybody, please reach out. We cannot have these things going on. We have to take care of our children, and we have to make certain say the job is done, that we are being paid for. We cannot sit and collect government money and not doing the job that we are supposed to do. So I'm asking if there's anybody going through the situation, please call.
You can repeat the phone number again for me, please.
I love you, darling, and we'll talk. The number is 876 345 6870 or 876 352 4872. WhatsApp, call, text, whatever it is.
And you don't mind us putting it in the description box once the video is live, right?
I don't have a problem.
All right.
And we appreciate
I'm not the one
it.
who will deal with it, but I'll make certain that the specialists in the area take care of the situation.
Perfect.
We have to take care of our children. I have 2, and I am overprotective. But trust me, I am a rough person, Kadesha can tell you. But I make certain that they can talk to me about anything and everything.
Awesome.
And as parents, we need to allow our children to say anything. If somebody says something to my daughter, I remember, I might be long, but I remember there was a family friend who used to come to the house. And as a child, you lift up your daughter and kids and just play with them. And after my daughter started getting, I said to her, listen, I don't care who the person is. Nobody should lift you up. Nobody should put you in their lap. Nobody should touch you and tell her everything. And one day he came to the house and my daughter said to him, he was lifting up and she said, no, my mommy said you shouldn't do that. And he came to me and I said, yes, that's exactly what I said. And he's like, you like it and stay, or you
Exactly.
So as parents, we need to talk to our children and allow them to talk to you. Allow them, my daughter and my son, they can say anything at all to me. We have to allow that. We have to have that relationship with our children.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Anyway, yeah, we need to. Kadesha, love you, love you, love you. You know you're my baby girl. I'm going to talk.
Always.
All
All right.
right.
Thank you for
All right.
calling.
Thank you.
Looks
Yeah.
All right. Good night. All right. We have another call coming in. Good night, caller. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Kayan.
French tips. Hey, French tips. Kadesha. This is Ken.
Kayan.
Yes, so I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I've only known you probably just 3 years through your best friend.
Yeah.
So I am by extension. So fear back. Automatically I have your back.
Which is right.
So, you know, say anything go down with the panther fights.
Mm-hmm.
And I invited Roger, my husband, to watch this program with me, but I think he has an idea what it will be about. And so he refuses to watch. Because maybe, just maybe, he would have to find Mount Charles tonight. Because he's not aware of you going through all of this stuff. So just maybe he would have to find that man tonight. So yeah. I'm just saying, I'm so proud of you. Kind of angry still. But I'm so proud of you. And I'm hoping that, you know, I can calm down tonight, actually. But I know you're going places and you're getting there. You got this and God got you.
Yes.
And yeah, you're winning. You're winning right now.
Right now.
In spite of, you're winning right now. Things like these scare me stick because when I have my daughter, I feel like I forgot I have one job or something I can carry her everywhere with me. Everything. I'm not one. Alright, I see you. I'm one state here. So I'm just saying, bless up, girl. Love you. If I jump your kite there, oh dear. And if I knew I get there, anywhere, the Africa, anyway, across the world. Alright? Bless up yourself. Good night, guys. Thank you very much. I'm new to the program. Wonderful job. God bless you all.
God bless you too. Thank you. And guys, if you're new, please make sure you subscribe.
Yes, and subscribe. Like the video, guys, and all of them good stuff there. Every Sunday, me in the comment, I say like the video, you know. So the best believe me, I go say it now. Like the video, guys.
Exactly.
Oh, we have another call coming
We're gonna
in.
read the messages.
Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm okay. But like how everybody are calling, I have for them. I'm desperate. I'm desperate. I want them to say I'm be a number one. Please back up.
Boobs.
Yes, but Kadesha, trust me, she's a very strong girl. She don't think she's strong enough. She always thinks that she cannot manage this and cannot manage that.
Can't manage.
But I talk to her know about certain things and she come to her senses and say, all right, I'm going to try this. And she's stubborn too. Very stubborn. But when we talk, I don't know, we have chemistry. Chemistry is the word, yeah. We have a lot of chemistry. So she can talk to me about anything. I can talk to her about anything. So I don't know, we have that sort of relationship.
Nice.
Again, well, not again, but the maze, if may I get the name right. I think this is my second time tuning into the program. It's really good. I mean, you guys are reaching out and like we appreciate it. So you guys keep doing the good job that you guys are doing. Oops, I love you, okay?
Love you. Oops, we love you too.
Thanks for calling.
All right.
We have some messages that we need to read.
Yeah, Maya. We have been great friends for years, and I know she went through a lot, but I didn't know it was deep. Cads, remember, I'm always here for you. We'll call you tomorrow. And Lottie says she's really proud of you, Kads.
Oh, thanks, lads. Thanks, Maya.
So Carla come in tomorrow. Then we got another one. My baby girl, you know I'm super proud of you. Always striving for the best. You're truly a survivor. Continue to be strong. Love, sweetie. She know if me did all know her, know all of that from day one, me da fight smarty. Me not play when it comes to family.
Who that?
I don't know who you are. I'm sure your face.
We don't know who.
Yeah.
I'll show you who afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards.
Alright.
She would tell you.
She said family is a big up calls.
They say it must be a cause.
It must be a
right?
calls. Big up.
Alright. A boobs just call a while ago?
Yeah, boobs just got a while ago.
Oh, boobs.
Yeah, boobs.
Alright. Come true, boyfriend. Then I wish Pastor staying on the live. Because me not understand. Look what that boyfriend call. So this question is, do you feel safe around males now?
I don't put myself in position not to. I don't trust people, so automatically I start, evaluate every situation.
Right.
Yeah, that's automatic. Like I start, then my surrounding same speed. So I am that person now. And I don't put anything past anyone, so you can't surprise me. I get body for surprise, so you can't surprise me. Because I'm not put nothing past you.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said before, you're very strong. And a lot of people say it already.
I understand the meaning behind it, but when people say you're very strong, look here, there's a lot of breakdown behind all of this. There's a lot of breakdown, there's a lot of crying, there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of something. But I don't understand the message behind when somebody say you're strong. And I always say to people, I choose what I want people to see and know. So, yeah.
All of those, the breakdowns, the crying, everything built you into this person that you are right now.
Agreed.
People, I'm in full agreement. That's true strength, because you know the fact that you lean on no one but yourself.
Yeah.
Going through it all. That's major right there. You lean on yourself. You never did have somebody who come and carry you through it all. So I really can say that's true display of strength. We got a next call coming in. Caller good. Oh, by the time if I say good. Oh yeah, I hung up before I said good.
Sash said when you can delete the line off of the live. And she always late, Sash. So I don't understand what
this is Delany at trouble. Look here.
Delany, you're the post story though.
Look here, Chrissy, relax yourself over the post story. Relax. You know, if I'm with an unfriend Delany, even though she not.
Delany, tell me the post story.
No. I'll tell you guys the post story after.
Oh, the call drop.
Call by the person.
Oh, maybe for do that, don't?
Yes, that's a smart idea, though. They always come with a smart idea.
Oh, this look like Tiana, so.
Only I'm Tiana.
For some reason, the call is not going through. The call is dropping and stuff.
Actually, the call drop. Look like Tamara.
Call, you can call back.
Oh, I know who write the message was a big the cousin, my cousin Tina.
See, I know you'd figure it out.
Yeah. She right. Type now, so she must say Atina.
Atina.
Khadija, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, tell her it's from Tina.
You ever have those friends that you meet and those people you meet and your name just connect? That's like me and Khadija.
Yeah. That's so true.
That's true.
Kanik, I went you write your book, right?
I wrote them time there?
Yeah.
I think around them time they
around
know.
them time, then I'm like, yeah, that girl here should have a buzz. Me like her vibes.
I see a TV video
Yeah.
about her too, you know. And then from them time they would just became good friends.
Good friends, so true, so
And you know
true.
you have them friends that way you can message, you know, that can motivate each
And
other
Chris is
and stuff like that.
supportive.
Yeah.
She's very supportive.
Thank
I
you.
think you see, going back to what Sash said like a few weeks ago, is like having positive people in your life, people that will support you and
Yeah.
push
That
you.
is true.
That's what you need.
Listen, I have a lot of positive people in my life, but you see my two best friends, them Boobs and Mishka. Hello.
The chemistry man.
Hello. So he has been my best friend since high school. That's
Nice.
Miss Davis' son. He has been my best friend since high school. Mishka has been. I met Mishka 6 years ago. The way how me meet her, I never did like her. Me and her did in the same class, and I never like her. Cause yeah, my have a thing for rejection, and I asked her a question and I didn't. She never answered the question. She said she not hear me, say she not answer my question. So I come home and tell my mother, say, "Mommy, one girl in my class named Mishka, I don't like her." Then a few weeks after, I come home and I say, "Mommy, I want a piece of birthday cake." So she said, "I get cake from him. I'm a friend Mishka." Mommy said the same Mishka you say that I say yeah. So, but yeah, and boy, let me tell you something. No, but on a real level though, yes, especially when in a relationship I have a supportive partner, that big help. Big help.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know if the person is going to message. I message back. But Khadija, do you have any thing that you want to say before we end the live?
As I said earlier, just like if you're going through something, speak up, talk to somebody, sing it. If one person don't hear you, sing it. Sing it. You know, if one person don't hear you, sing it. So and if there are a lot of help, there are a lot of that free counseling, whether in Jamaica, in the States, wherever you are. There are that we have access to the internet now.
Yeah.
Let's use it in a positive way. Understand? It's used in a positive way. Look up the all of the counseling numbers them online and stuff. They have numbers that you can call for free. So yeah, just speak your truth. No, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
Stop beat yourself up. Because for too long I carried the burden for other persons that I wasn't supposed to carry. Like for me, this too was a big struggle because may I say, like, you know, where people might have think I'm a family, or you know, I used to think about that, but then this is my story to tell.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking my truth. This has nothing to do with my family. This has everything to do with me. So,
Yeah.
you know that too. Speak your truth. Like, stop carrying burden for other people. Speak up. Get help. Because you having it all together, it's not going to help you in the long run.
That's
You
true.
keeping it to yourself, it is not going to help you in the long run. Trust me. Speaking from experience, it's not going to help you in the long run. Okay, so that's what I have to say.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys for having me though. Like, yes, I'm a big supporter, of course. In the comments, then, of course. For me, have my number, you know, so I post every week. For me, couldn't
that's
say
true.
tune in.
Yeah, that's true.
Always see me in the comments. Like the live, people. Like the live. You know? So, and I really do enjoy. You guys are doing really great stuff. Like, now go on with yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And we appreciate you coming, spending the well, you're always spending your Sundays. Me not see you with the Pringles tonight.
Hello, me can't.
Is it because you're in the live why you don't have the Pringles?
People let me tell me something, right? Khadija, I'm gonna cut you. Every Sunday, Khadija said, she messaged me, she said, hold on then, I'll get my Pringles back from the soup.
Yeah. So what happened to the Pringles?
Look here, the amount of nervousness me I feel, I could stop buying nothing today. Hello, Nolan, you know the preparation before never so hot at all. People 5 minutes before the live, trouble, right? So I have to big up Maya too, because Maya has been a real one. Delany. Look here, I can't start calling names. Thanks to all of my friends them who always did it. And did it. Stay there. You know? Delany, please to exit yourself out of the chat. And your story is not going to work. Okay?
That's the first somebody ever asked somebody to exit the chat.
Look here,
I know for the first. She have credit. She probably have strong Wi-Fi tonight, so she
no, she come from work early tonight for this because she normally come in the live done.
Listen,
she normally late. She's normally late. But cause me I get message I say, oh, comes in a sing yet. Kadesha, if you sing a song before the live done, that I'm just reading the messages. Kadesha, if you sing a song before the live done. Huh?
Who said that?
Yeah, I'm show you.
You're gonna show the number. You can't
no,
show
I'm not show the number. I'm gonna block it. I'm not block it, but
she cannot
see that. Oh, you can't see. I want the phone.
Who could I really cast?
But enough be processing. You said music. You said music.
Look here, man, a big singer like Shantella and Sash, you know.
No, ma, we're gonna make one choir with all of them.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
You be the background singer. You know if you sing. I'm not going to read some more. Come make me think about one.
And I don't know if I come in, you know.
Tell it, so the person, if they have tell them they have a request, they can request something and I hope me know it.
I don't mean send the song request. Oh, Max. Because they want to say I mean send song request. So you would sing any song?
Not really, because I don't know any song.
I know Nolan send the song request to the live.
I know Nolan send one song, you know.
I know if somebody sending the message for real. No lie, make me defend him.
You know them dep on the live and I say me send the request. Can you send a voice note or something so that she hear that you're requesting special request?
Nolan have some very careless behavior and that is
Listen, people, honestly, I don't know which song to sing. My mind got blank right now. But if y'all have a request, I might, you know.
Okay. Call up the request line.
Sing something off key, fool.
I just
can't give up now. I think it's fitting.
I owe that song they go.
I think Delany they come off of the chat. How come somebody exit the chat and see that comment?
Look
sing
here,
the song, sing Khadija.
Wait, what song again?
I just can't give up now.
Oh, Jesus, when I was put on the spot, man.
We never said there wouldn't be trials.
Oh!
We never said there
wouldn't be same song, so it's perfect. Never said there wouldn't be. Another song like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sing that song, girl. Sing it.
Never said there would be trials. Never said I would before. Never said that everything would go the way I want it to go. But when my back is against the wall and I feel like hope is gone, I just lift my hands up to the sky and say, help me to be strong. I just can't give up now.
Yeah.
I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Boy, Nolan, you can't rock your life.
I can't rock, I can't bounce, I can't keep my heartbeat. But I'm glad you sang that. You sing that song. I'm glad
Yeah.
well, I'm glad someone chose that one for you. Definitely, that's one of my go-to songs when I was doing CXEs and the
Wow.
question them lick me. I'ma just remember that part. I just can't give up
I
now.
just can't
Listen,
give
when
it.
the panel
For
come
real.
here, I wonder if I right now my talk, you know. Cause me never yet hear no one sing that song right now.
No, Kadisha sing it for me. Kadisha sing it for the two of we.
Oh,
But
God.
that was my go-to song for real.
Mm-hmm.
Rita say,
And you know the
just
person
hear no
who
one
sent the
belly.
request? Yeah, me can do belly dance, you know. Wait, Rita, wait, it's 2021, not a belly. And you know the person who initially sent the request? Her song was Lord, whatever you're doing in this season. But me not, are you gonna sing
Wait, what's the song?
it? Lord, whatever you're doing in this season. Me don't know it.
Mm.
Khadija, we're so grateful for you to, come on the show tonight. I know a lot of people were inspired by your story,
I hope they were.
and
I hope they were.
and I said this over and over that I'm so appreciative to you. You're very strong. You're beautiful. You're a counselor. Like your story goes to show that it doesn't matter what you face in life, you can still persevere. You can still become anything that you want to be in life. Just how you might have your ups and downs, because that's life.
Mm.
People go through stuff. Nobody's life is perfect.
Yeah,
Not
that's
But
at all.
true.
I'm glad that you persevered and that you were here tonight to encourage us, to share your story with us. We're truly appreciative.
And people, in the meantime, you could send a lot of loves for her on the screen. And Kadisha, I know like this platform you came on tonight, you spoke your story. I know you also have your business, KT Entertainment.
Guess what? I
Right?
do have a business, KT Entertainment, guys. If you don't want me host anything, phone just hit me up. But hear what? I am not on social media right now. So if business, anything business related, when I can link up with them for the digits business related,
Yeah,
yes.
KT Entertainment. And trust me, people, you will not regret it. No plan for use her for the next.
Not because when you see me
The
come
next
shy
event.
and so no, we not work so. Mm-mm.
Kadisha, remember the time when we did have the house war? Alright, that's for another day. The house warming. You remember?
Uh-uh.
Remember Kadisha came to the house warming
Yeah, okay.
and we did that. And she did just turned 21.
Talk truth.
Yeah, cause you did very
Legally
well turn
married.
21.
Yes.
Oh,
So everything else just got blurred out. You know, remember,
no.
don't
Mm-mm.
you? Yeah,
I don't
Chris.
It
remember.
was that great, yeah. But any event hosting, guys, you can't book me for go to Jamaica too. I travel, I take flights.
Hear that?
Don't.
So, hello.
Delany, I want you leave me. You see me pick up for you jump on me now.
Kadisha was the best MC at school.
You see me
That is
pick up
true.
people. When you see
That
me
is
pick up for Delany and Delany jump on me, she said, me never remember not yet. Is
No,
that right?
no worry, man. Our data soon done.
M.
Whatever Wi-Fi she catch on soon kick her out.
Oh, anyways, guys, we appreciate you guys. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And Khadija, I don't want to leave without having you say anything. So, do you have anything to say?
As me say, what I say, it's not going to change. Oh, guys, let me tell you this. Even though I've been through my struggles, my trials, and my tribulations, and I am a work in progress, but please, the pity story, please. Oh no, come and be pity. I know that you want to share, send love to me, but don't be. Oh my God! And how did it happen? And when did I cannot deal with
Yeah.
that? Honestly, I cannot deal with it. Okay, guys. I do appreciate the love. Only can send all the love my way, but the pity, all right, because it's at the end of the day, it happened already and we cannot take
Yeah,
it back. We only can
That's
move
true.
forward.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not something that I want to dwell on. This is not something
yeah,
that I
that's
want
true.
to revisit in the sense of like, keep talking about it. So how, and I don't mind person asking me certain questions, but just the pity part of it, I cannot deal with it. Mentally I'm not strong to deal with all of that part. Yeah. No.
Right.
But send your love my way, of course. Appreciate it. Will accept. Definitely will.
Fair
Definitely.
enough.
All right, guys. So, and just thanks for having me. Thank you for taking time out to listen. Thank you for sharing your little parts, because as this person in the comment, say, they have been abused and whatnot. Just continue to hold your head up. Nothing, you can do anything you want to do. This doesn't define you as a person, okay? And always find somebody to talk to about it. Mishka, me talk off Mishka. Hey, me have some people ears, me talk it off. Talk it off. So find somebody to talk to. Alright, guys. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
guys,
speaking at the comment section.
And thank you to everybody in the comments tonight. Like everyone that jumped on, everyone that liked, shared, stayed on. We appreciate, we appreciate all of y'all on this journey. Those that have been there from day 1, day 2, day how much days now? Almost a year.
From Christian Nolan alone, I do the live by himself. Yeah, from him time.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
From come on and do the live, and we couldn't figure it out. We were upside down and all around and all of that.
Yeah. From them time there.
Yeah.
But
thank you guys
y'all
so much for watching, and thank you for coming on, Khadija. We appreciate y'all. And as Nolan said, for everybody that's tuning in week after week, I mean, by now, if you're new, please subscribe. Next week we have Shaya Gay Grant coming on. She will be. And Shaya, I apologize. I don't really know how to.
I think it's
no, I'm not going to butcher your last name.
not going to.
But it's Shaya, okay?
Grant. Shaya Gay Grant.
Mrs. She'll be coming on next week. So, guys, make sure you tune in. She'll be coming on to share her story about lupus and, life and love and success and stuff like that. So, make sure you guys tune in next week. And guys, we appreciate you so much, and thank you for watching, and thank you for coming on, Kadesha.
We love and appreciate you. Today's the maze from the start. No one can tear us apart. Say, John, my son, I love you. And that I come straight from me heart. Big up my wife, cause she have me everything. That's good, better, yeah, she's the best thing.